Hi cuties! So I start the video embracing you in a really awkward and weird intimate hug. So I just figure I should tell you that beforehand because I don't want to make anyone uncomfortable ever, you know what I mean? So yeah, we get really, really intimate. We basically fuck. We don't. Also, another little thing I feel like I should preface, this video is all over the place. I cannot stick to one topic of conversation for the life of me, and I'm not gonna apologize for it. Like, that's just how I am. Maybe I should get on medication. I don't know, but regardless, I made this video because I wanted to open up about this sort of thing because I know that so many people have talked about it. I know this is not a new, fresh idea, but sometimes it's comforting hearing some random stranger talk about something and maybe something that she says resonates with you and you're just like, ha ha ha, I do that. I just want to open up and connect with more people because I'm a firm believer in we're way more alike than we are different. So, enjoy the video. I hope that my right tit doesn't fall out. I don't know, the right one has to go warm up the car while the other puts the kids to bed, you know what I'm saying? Anyway, whatever. Enjoy the video, you fuckwits. What do we think? Better? Okay. So, basically, I wanted to talk about being absolutely petrified of vulnerability for the longest time. And I say longest time, but it still stands, unfortunately. I am learning to be comfortable with being vulnerable again. And I feel like growing up, I never really had any issues expressing my emotions. I've always been known as someone that wears my heart on my sleeve, I would say. Or I was known as that. I was always the one that would cry in movies. I was very emotional just from a young age and I felt very deeply just about life in general. And I say that like I'm so different and unique in that way. I think we all do. We just, I don't know, we kind of tend to shut off our emotions these days. That's kind of like the norm. But anyway, yeah, just from a very young age, I was very emotional and very just everything hit me so intensely regarding life. I've just always had this weird, deep feeling about life that I can't explain. I feel like a bit like an existentialist sometimes, and yeah, just everything. I can get very intense, and the feelings can get very intense. Again, not just a me thing. I'm not claiming to be so different, not like other girls, but it's just something that I had, and I don't know why I lost that part of myself, but I think it was probably the teenage years, and in fact I know it was, and growing up you hit a certain age and then it's your emotions are weird or they're a burden. I'm also going to take a Tums while we're talking because my stomach is fucked up, so don't mind me. But hot bitches have stomach problems, right? Woo! Shit. 1 second. No way I just slut dropped in the video. I can slut drop for you later, but you have to buy my dinner first. Anyway, ladies, no slut dropping unless he buys you dinner. Or she, because we're all a little gay around here. Unless you're not, which is fine, but it's not fine. You need to be gay if you watch my videos. I'm just kidding. Again, I'm very open. This is taking a weird turn. Bottom line is, I shut myself off to emotions when I hit a certain age because I didn't like crying in front of people. I didn't want people to see me in a light that wasn't super, I don't know, I just had this, I didn't want people to see me at all. And I mean really see me, because let's be honest, I've always been a bit of an attention whore, but I was so scared of people seeing me for who I am, not the person that I put on, not the mask I showed the world. I see me. Which is why I wouldn't ever cry in front of anyone. That was a huge flex for a second there. I was I don't cry in front of people. Bleh. That does not stand, by the way. That's not. I mean, I do like crying by myself, but again, I'm getting much better at opening myself back up, which is great. And I'll tell you why, and like why I feel like we all should walk around being open to an extent. To an extent. Get into that more too. But yeah, when I was so shut down from myself and from the world and from everyone, and I just literally closed my heart off, it got so dark so fast. It got so isolating and so lonely, and so I didn't know it was possible to hurt that much as a person. And the thing is, I was doing it to myself. I didn't mean to, but truly I was. And because I was so guarded and so... And the thing is, I say I was, but I still am. I still do tend to be guarded with a lot of things. I don't go talking about my life. To even my closest friends, there's stuff that I just will not tell them. I'm very guarded, and I couldn't tell you why I am, I just am. Okay, sorry, interrupting myself, reaction me here, to keep this bitch in check. That is such a lie. I can tell you exactly why I'm afraid of vulnerability. Let's go down the list, shall we? Just very briefly, just while I've got you. You look sexy as fuck, by the way. I wasn't gonna say anything, but like, it's really hard to look at you and not be intensely turned on right now. So, thank you for that. Anyway, I'm getting distracted by your beauty. Give me a sec. First one is shame about my past and the person I used to be. That's a really big one for me. You drop a comment below. Why are you scared to open up? Let's get a conversation going. Let's do a little Socratic seminar if you want to. Only if you want to. Let's make out. Only if you want to. Second one of my personal favorites, shame about sexuality. Let me know if you want a video made about that. We'll really see. Number 4, overthinking. Another really great one. Don't know if you guys have seen Inside Out 2. I bawled my eyes out for a lot of it just because I'm just like, oh my god, that little crazy orange bitch, I get it. I get her. I really do. And in fact, I feel like I look like her with my like hair that's half brown, half red. Who knows what's going on? I sure don't. And this is how I'm stuck for the next few months until I can get it dyed again. So, yeah, let me know if you guys are rocking with the fucking fox hair. Like a fox that's like graying, like an old fox. Anyway, again, getting off topic. Number 5 kind of goes with number 4, caring so much on how I'm perceived by other people. Wow, what a waste of time. And it's still a work in progress. How about that? Anyway, that's kind of all I got right now, but the list could go on. That's just the tip of the iceberg. I grew up in a very, very judgmental part of the United States of America, a very religious part. I'm not saying religion's bad, but it was difficult to grow up around, I would say, and it caused a lot of problems, and yeah, I don't know, just a lot of unnecessary shame and insecurity for being a human being, which is not cool, bro. So there's that. That's something I'm working on. But something else, again, I am getting back into a place finally this past year for the first time in my life where I am so in touch with my emotions and my feelings about life and just regarding the world around me. And it feels really fucking good because for the longest time, I don't know why I had it in my mind that feeling was such a horrible thing that I would rather literally do anything but feel shitty. Like, it doesn't matter, like, just whatever I could do to chase away the negative feelings and the anxiety, I would do it. And so that fucked me up even more, and it got me into a lot of shitty situations, and I don't know, it was rough. And again, like, the vulnerability fear, it's just this intense, irrational fear of, like, being truly seen. Like, oh my god, what if people see me at my worst? And then I've started thinking about that more, and I was like, well, what? So really, genuinely, ask yourself, so what? What if they see you at your worst? The world's still gonna, you're gonna be fine. Like, you know, you can't always just put on this fucking persona that everything's hunky-dory all the time, because it's not, and that's fine. And everything I say is so goddamn cliche, it's sickening. I know. But it's also something that I've just struggled with, and I know so many other people struggle with, and it's like, you are allowed to feel like shit, because it's not always going to last, and you're allowed to cry, and you're allowed to have things deeply affect you and touch your heart. And you can act on those feelings, you know? Because if you don't, they're just going to fester, and you're going to feel horrible. Like, I'm getting so good now where, like, if I feel like I need to cry, I will excuse myself, and I will just sit and I'll cry. And just freak the fuck out, and just cry. And then, after that, it's over. I'm done. I let it pass through me, I let it come into me, I let it pass through me, I let that energy come in, get it out, and then I'm good. And sometimes it happens more frequently than others, sure. But it's like, wow, how amazing that I can, like, take these feelings, feel them in the moment, and just be so consumed and so absorbed in these emotions, these big human emotions, and then experience it, and then just let it go. I was like, I gotta do this more often, bitch, because that is the most fulfilling, therapeutic thing ever. And I'm like, it's also like I'm not dwelling on it either. Like, it's happening, and I'm so in the moment when I'm feeling, and then the beautiful part is it always goes away. Just like with everything else in life, it always goes away. Whether it's good, bad, in between, it always goes away. Nothing is ever permanent, ever. And that can be a really scary thing. Like, I said that out loud and I almost threw up everywhere. But also, that can be a really great thing too, because then you realize no matter how knee-deep in bullshit you are, it's gonna pass. And that is something that's been helping me so immensely recently. Is like, it's gonna pass. It's all gonna pass. It's gonna pass. Just be in the moment. It'll pass. It'll pass. And, like, then you are able to, like, ground yourself more and be like, whew, okay, yeah, it's gonna pass. And that's just so fucking beautiful. And it's gonna pass, so don't live in the past, you know? God, I'm so poetic, it's crazy. I really thought I ate with that. Can we get, like, a little replay of my dumb little face after I said? Yeah, just like that, thank you. I really thought I ate. Too bad we were fasting. Girl, sit down. But I don't know, these are just things that have been helping me recently. And another thing that is we're gonna get real intimate right now, okay? I'm gonna come close to you, no pun intended, when I say this. Also, if I come from, like, here up, it literally looks like I'm naked, so we'll stay from right here. But my fear of being seen and being vulnerable has made me so freaked out about sex. And I think a lot of that stems from insecurities and sexuality issues as well, but also being vulnerable. Like, that is the most vulnerable you can get as a person. And so, as someone who has not had the greatest sexual experiences in my past, to anyone who's watched them, I can't. But it's made sex really difficult for me. Like, being afraid of vulnerability has made so difficult, has made being a human so awkward. Get this, I made being a human so much more awkward than it had to be. Like, why am I making everything so deep? I'm like, no, I can't cry in front of people, bitch. You're a human, yes you can. Oh, I don't want anyone to see me naked, bitch. You're a horny bitch. Yes you can. Like, I don't know. I have such a bad habit of making everything so fucking deep when it doesn't need to be. It's like, you can be vulnerable! It's the human experience! We're put here to fucking feel things and feel our emotions. So why is it that, like, half of humanity feels so bad about it and can't recognize their own emotions and feelings and can't validate that? Like, and I think we're getting better at it as a society, but it's also like, it's so funny that we've made so much shit so weird and taboo and just, like, so wrong. Like, we've made being a human being wrong. Like, it feels wrong to make mistakes. It feels wrong to cry. It feels wrong to be vulnerable. It feels weird and, like, I don't know. All of us are, like, so focused on being, like, so cool and, like, nonchalant and just, like, like, I don't ever, and like, again, I think there's a certain amount of that energy that you do need to embody, like this whole, like, I don't give a fuck type energy, and like a relaxed energy about you and a relaxed presence and like a sexy way that you present yourself. I think you need to embody some of that, but that doesn't take away from being a human. Like, you're allowed to fuck up, you're allowed to feel things, you're allowed to fucking cry so hard that like snot is dripping out of your nose, you're allowed to cry so hard that you throw up, you're allowed to cry so hard that you can't even speak, and you don't have to be pretty while you're doing it, okay? Because emotions themselves are pretty, so the emotions are pretty. You not so I'm like, you not so much, you ugly bitch. No, but emotions are beautiful. I think they're arguably one of the best parts of life, and you shouldn't shut yourself off to them, because that just creates a whole new world of problems. And this is, trust me, it fucked me up. It put me into a deep, so much pain and heartache. So much pain and heartache for that year of my life. Yeah. And again, there were other factors playing into it. There always are. But we've all just developed a sense about feeling like seen, and we're just, to me, one of the most attractive qualities in another human being is being vulnerable, being able to be vulnerable. Nothing is more attractive to me than that. And I think it partially is because I can't do it, couldn't do it. I think that's why it was so much better. And it was also like, I was always the one that people would go to when they needed to be vulnerable. I'm not saying this to suck my own dick, like, this is just how it happened. Like, I'm not putting myself on a pedestal the size of Mount Everest. Why does it keep saying 4 minutes? Fuck. Anyway, but people would always come to me if they wanted, like, they needed to be vulnerable and if they needed to cry, and I was always that person. And so I couldn't even feel my own emotions, and I was always taking on other people's. I still kind of do. I was like, I can't even feel my own shit, so I'm just gonna take on your problems, like, that'll be fine, right? No, it wasn't. It isn't. It never works. And again, I love being that person for people. I'll always be that person for people, 100%. Like, it's an honor, it's a privilege that people feel safe coming to me with their issues. But I also need to find that balance of being like, okay, like, separate that, feel my own stuff, you know, like, boundaries. Oh God, it's a whole thing. But yeah, I don't know. I was always a person that would, like, I would be the one that would take care of people when they needed a second to be vulnerable. And I knew that I would give them a place where I wouldn't judge them for their vulnerability. In fact, I treated it quite sacred. But when it came to me, I was like, well, fuck that. I don't need that. Like, I don't know. Like, I'll take care of you. I'll hold you while you cry. You will never see me cry. You will never see me be vulnerable. Like, and again, it was weird because I was like, I don't care that you are. But when it's me, I'm just like, bitch, you don't get to see. Like, I don't know. I just was so freaked about vulnerability. And it still does stand. And again, I think that has a lot of, like, that means I've had to do a lot of internal self-reflecting over the past year. And it's still coming up. Like, God, the journey of knowing yourself and all your bullshit and realizing, like, why you are the way that you are, and, like, opening that can of worms is so difficult, but so amazing. And so now I'm gonna flash you my titties. Swear to God, bitch, you just gave us all whiplash. Why did you have to say that? You were doing so well. Now I'm taking away your privileges. I'm kidding. I was like, and so in honor of being vulnerable, I am going to actually pull my balls out and put them up in a messy bun. How's that for vulnerability? I am so tired and I need to go to the store. But anyway, your emotions are not a burden. Unless you, like, constantly put them on people. In that case, fuck you, you suck. But seriously, like, you have to learn to control them. Like, you can't always put them on other people. That's not fair either. But another topic. Your emotions are not a burden. They're beautiful. Feeling, as scary as it is, it's the most rewarding part of this life. We were put here to feel and taste and experience and touch and love and just be so obsessed and romanticize this life. That's what we're supposed to do. We've lost that. But part of that is feeling the pain, the loss, the heartache, the suffering, the human experience, but then also the love and the beauty too. So feel, bitch. It's okay. It won't last, I promise. I promise it won't. You're safe with me. I got you, Bubba. You're gonna get through You're gonna get through whatever's going on right now, and I'm in your corner. I hope you know it. Keep feeling. This is a place where we're a bunch of ball baby bitches here, okay? If you don't cry hysterically, you're just not sexy, okay? This is for sexy, emotional bitches, okay? But also ones that don't, like, do it in a healthy way, okay? So, yeah. You're hot as fuck. Act like it. You're gonna be okay. I promise you are. I promise you are. And in the meantime, I got you. Okay. Bye. Love you, sweets. Don't look at this right here. Actually, look at it. I'm being vulnerable. Bye.